I was like, yeah. So I'll start off showing this file uploader thing that Matt was asking about, and if I have no other contributions, if nobody else joins, then I'll show you something else that isn't even Noodle related that could be fun. Just a low code related thing, but anyway. Good. You cannot hear me. Are you joking? It's like last time you were joking. Are you really can't hear me, or because that would just be a microphone? That would be a speaker problem then. I'm gonna give a second for anybody who needs to sort out any speaker issues. No, anyway, we'll crack ahead. So, where am I? Sharing the screen, and let's go live. All right, you should be able to see my screen, should be able to see Noodle. So I haven't done this isn't really show and tell, this is more like me trying to figure out how something is done, but I was interested in the suggestion of doing a multiple file uploader. So I would like to test that out and see how that works. So this is a script that was made by the Noodle AI. I just asked, so you can see I asked a couple of questions. Output a file picker that accept multiple files. So it just understood it a bit too literally and outputted something that just outputted file names, but it ignored the rest of the file object. And so I said, can you please also get the blobs out? So it's probably not the ideal way. I think what the best way would be that if it kind of outputted it in an object, which we could maybe try to get it to do. Is it possible to output an array of objects with keys, file name, and file blob? Not sure why. I don't really see a lot of people talking about using Noodle AI, which is a bit weird because I use it a lot, and it really knows how to do Noodle stuff, and like I would say 4 out of 5 times it produces some really good code, and like maybe 1 out of 5 it's not exactly what I wanted, or it's misunderstood, or it's overreached, or something like that. That's pretty good. File data, nice. Yeah, why I want objects is because I want to run these through a run tasks node. Do I have a backend hooked up to this? No, I don't. Let's fire up Docker there. I have a backend in Docker with this. We use this one, and I don't have a file class, but maybe I should I'll make an upload class or something, just so that we can keep track of what's actually getting uploaded. So we'll call it file name and file. Okay. So our objective is to get multiple files in the file picker, get them in the run tasks node to upload them. So it means we need a logic component, upload file, and then that is going to be the template for this. Say max running task is 10. It just means max running task at any one time. So like it'll do 10 and then 10 more and then 10 more. And the items it's going to run on is going to be the file data. And when this is successful, it's going to do it. And then I would like a query that will query the uploads class for all uploads, and then show me the uploads in a repeater. Someone in one of my YouTube videos the other day said, oh, I hate the sound of the keyboard clicking in the background. If that is like a thing, just let me know. If like keyboard clicking is too loud. Like I don't care, I can't change my keyboard, but I was like, is this one person who's just really annoyed by keyboard clicking? Like that is like you have people who have phobias of stuff like that. Or is it actually just like my keyboard is really loud? So file, And this will be, let's put in like a text just with the file name, and then we can like open it up. Yeah, it'll be a record. It'll be an upload record. And so we'll pipe the file name in here and say that when we click this group, we're going to navigate to the file path. Oh, we need to take out the cloud file first, don't we? Take out the file, and that should give us the URL to navigate and open it up in a new tab, I guess, yeah. And if we click, then it navigates. And the group is content width, yeah, perfect. All right, whatever. Okay, and repeater file. Okay, and queries probably will just work because it's an untriggered query. It's just a query, so in theory it might give us new data every time data is written to the database. I think we'll see. So we're going to do an upload file. We're going to take the input, which is going to be, what was it, file blob and file name. You're going to create a new file, new upload with file name, and the file is going to be the cloud file, the results for that. So when this is called, then it's going to upload, it's going to create the record, and then it's going to say, yay, it's done. And that's it. So upload the file, create the record, done. Repeaters there. Okay. And then the button, because it looks a bit silly. Okay. Let's try it out. A couple of thumbnails. What did it do? Nothing. Oh, did I not trigger? Yeah, I didn't trigger the damn thing. Oh, I did. Cannot start when in idle mode. Okay, whatever. So I'm triggering it, and we got of course, because I'm putting a freaking file in there. That was a bit dumb. File blob file. Whoops. Doesn't seem to want to do it. Okay, let's get a failure node up and see what's going wrong. File name. Ah, of course it does. Gosh darn it. So yeah, doesn't like. Oh, how can you get the file name to be different? Oh yeah, hold on. I have something. Yes. We're going to take the file name sanitizer from, oh god, I'm never going to find it. Global logic components. We need it. The parse backend from Noodle doesn't accept any files with like parentheses or certain special characters. It just doesn't like file. Yeah, where's file name sanitizer? Sanitize file name. Okay, and there's a file name sanitizer. All right, so we give it a file. It sanitizes the file name, and then it uploads. So this actually needs to be inside here to take the blob, I guess. Sanitize file name. I think that would be takes the file, so it's the blob, I think. File blob to origin file, and then the sanitized file goes to file, and the sanitized file name will go to the file name of the upload. And then we're going to do when it's called, we will fix the file name and then we'll upload the file and then everything will be perfect. You see I've got parentheses 20, so that's the thing that made it bug. Ooh, hot diggity damn. We have life. Why did that? Huh? So we've got two. There is a damn record. File name. Well, let's just put an object down and see if it. Oh, hello. Okay, let's go and see that in the local host. Start page. Just these two. Nope, it does not work. Cannot start while in idle mode. Okay. Refresh it. Oh, this is probably too long. These ones are too long. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Yeah, nice. Whew. Okay, multi-file uploader complete. Next question. So the original blob is still connected to the upload file node. This whole thing is to create the file blob is like a base 64 encryption of the file, and it's stored in the browser. So when you go through the file picker, the success signal and the file data, that's all coming from like, okay, the browser has received the file, and the file, you know, so we stored it in a local variable in the browser, and then we pass it into the task node, and that's when we take that file in the browser, we change the file name, write it as a file again, which is here. I think this was also a Noodle AI thing. We repackage it as a new file, and then that file blob is what goes into the upload file node. You have to have a blob going in there, so you don't actually see anything. Like it'll be an empty object because it's not going to show you, it's too long, this like giant base 64 string. But if you see the success in the cloud file, then you know it's worked, and if it's got a file name, then you're golden. Still a connection from the input to the file without the sanitizer. There's still a connection from the input to the file without the sanitizer. Whoops. Nice. Good catch. Good catch. All right. That's cool. Yeah, so in theory, we can upload as many dang files as we please. Let's just try that again. This one and this one and this and this and this. What's this? I don't even know what that is. I'm not gonna. Sometimes I have like random little girl pictures from my girls who've asked me to, can you give me a coloring page of a princess or something? So it's not because I particularly like coloring in pictures of princesses that I have princess colorings in my downloads folder. I'm just saying. There we go. Nice. So it's good. It's working. And as you can see, because the query on the start page, the query is untethered. So there's no kind of, run connection to it. Like there's no do connection, which means it just runs every time that it detects there's new data. It just pumps that new data out into the repeater, which can be quite useful if you're doing like a, like a chat app or something where you need to show the most recent messages or whatever. It's good to have an untethered query. Dangerous, obviously, sometimes if you haven't got the filter set right and it's filtering, downloading loads of records. But anyway. Cool. So that was the one thing that I wanted to show, and that went well. That's cool. Glad that worked. Hope that answered the question. I've posted the code, I think, in Discord, so that's the same code I just used. So all good. And I'll post the file sanitizer code as well, just because I think it's in the Noodle Noob handbook, but put it in there anyway. This is pretty simple code. Pretty simple. Not for me. Like I couldn't write it by myself. I'm just saying it's self. Was it put it in there? Okay. So would anybody else like to present something? Oh, JL's gone. So no, it's just us. Would you like to present something? How do I do it? I'm inviting you to speak.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Nice. You hear me?
Yeah, good to speak to you again.
Perfect.
So yeah, sorry, let me stop
Oh,
sharing and I'll let you have the screen. You can go ahead.
there it is. Okay. Noodle. All right. Our travel diary app called Travlr, where I also needed the multiple file picker node for. So it's a travel diary based on the Mapbox module with the globe projection. And each of the markers initialized in the app holds a lot of images, and I want to include videos and audio files as well for the future. I have this cool fly-through mode where you can skip from one spot to the next, even to Pyongyang. Can you hear me, Richard?
Again, I don't want to interrupt you because it's so cool, but I'm going to have a million questions, of course.
All right, all right. Okay, I just wanted to, yeah, it's a lot, and we will get into all of this. So yeah, you can click on the markers to start the trip fly-through mode, where you fly from one to the next. To edit a stop, you can click our center button, where you have additional uh, additional functions to change the position, for example, or to edit the file or the mode of transportation, the date, all of the data that belongs to the spot. And when you click on our lines, we'll have a similar mode where the line animates. You can change the mode of transport in this little slider, and it always will recalculate the time. Of course, a boat line doesn't make a lot of sense here, but I will change this in the future. But everything else works quite fine here. And it works essentially the same way. So you click on the arrows and you can fly front and back. Then we have the, of course, classic search bar to fly to a different kind of spot. The UI will always fade out depending on the size of the trip. So if I zoom all the way back out to the highest level, we will also get the UI back. There it is. And from there, you can also switch into our timeline mode, which is the same data displayed just in an Instagram-like feed where you just have the endless scroll downwards. can change the trip in the top of the timeline. Would always also change in the map underneath. So now we are in our USA trip. To change the trip in the map mode, you can click on the top left to use the trip selector, where there's all the other trips as well, where you can change from one to the other in the map interface, and it will always center on the new trip. Then you can change the style. If you change the style in the app, you will always have this little animation. And apart from the globe style, we're changing the style of the entire UI. So we'll always look close to how the globe currently looks like. And here, this is just a dummy menu for now. This will be our animation component, where you can animate single lines from one stop to the next. So you can choose your range, how far you want to animate. If you want to animate from stop 22 to 26, you can change the mode if you just want a little route with a little label just displaying the text, or a full photo pop-up like it is in the map. And yeah, currently we just have these little preview images, preview videos. But this is what I'm working on currently, to get the animation component up and running, that you can export these little animations based from the data from the travel diary. Then there's the profile section, where we have a little stat screen. Here you will see the activity per month, total traveled, and all the other data regarding the trip. You can scroll through the different kinds of flags of the countries where you've been. You can change to miles, which are just like little gimmicks for our presentation here. But we want to have a very interactive statistics screen. And the last thing that we currently have in the app, oh no, I don't even go there, because this is a totally different topic apart from the app. That would just be confusing. So I'll stay here. You can change the color coding, so you just have a base color, one flat color, that it's not so busy in the app. You can also just not display any routes at all. And yeah, I think that's it from just the general overview of what this app can do.
So far, it's absolutely amazing. So if you don't mind,
Thank you.
I hit you with like at least 20 questions in the next, I got to go in like 20 minutes.
Okay, no.
Hopefully it won't take that long. But yeah, I think the first thing that everybody's going to want to know about this is how much of this is just using the Mapbox prefab, and how much did you have to like custom code?
I think you've seen the image of my horror note graph one time
Oh, yeah.
that I posted in the Discord.
Yeah.
So I can just show you the horrors
Wow.
of what is
Oh my
happening in this.
god.
Yeah, it's
This
so.
I want to.
I'll
Did
go
you
to the map component.
can you send that to Eric Tuvison, because he would love it. He has like apps like that as well, where it's just, I think that might actually challenge one of his apps that he showed me once. He tried to show me an app to prove how crazy you could make the node canvas, but that might actually be
Oh,
challenging Eric Tivison.
it looks so horrible right now. I can't wait for the time where I have the base things running and I can just take the time on refactoring the code
Yeah,
and organizing the workspace again because it was never meant to look like this. It
yeah,
was never meant,
but
but
I mean, it's an
you know
amazing
how things happen.
example of how the node graph can be enormous, but the app is running pretty
Yeah,
smooth. Like
yeah.
there's not that much. I saw a couple of little laggy moments, but maybe it was even just the internet connection.
It's a bit of the internet connection. It's a bit of the display also. Yeah, I think through refactoring the code, I will get it running a lot smoother.
Mm.
And also, one thing that I need to get working is uh, prefetching of the Mapbox tiles. So when I'm at this spot number 8, that it would already prefetch the tiles needed for the transition to number 7 and number 9.
Ah,
Because
clever.
now, if I go to number 9, we'll see there will be a bit
Mm.
laggy.
Yeah, that would be clever.
Yeah,
Mm.
but this
Um,
can be avoided if we just prefetch the tiles.
yeah, but from my limited understanding of Mapbox, what we're seeing in terms of like the 3D kind of flying over the map, that's all Mapbox stuff. But all of these pop-ups, the image sliders, the
Yeah.
animations that you've thrown on the screen, that's all your stuff, right?
So the little marker animations are lotties.
Yeah. Wow.
So I have for every Mapbox marker, this is the markers in a repeater.
Yeah.
So every marker has the lottie and the standard image, and also the pop-up component that is totally custom. So there's
Yeah.
nothing added to Mapbox at all. It's all custom HTML just over the map component.
Yeah. That's kind of what I understood, that like Mapbox handles the map and where to place the markers, but after that you handle everything basically. You have to create all the elements.
Mm, some of it, like for example, these line animations are done with a Mapbox interaction.
Yeah.
So yeah, just
But
animating
that whole part at the
the
bottom is
thickness of
you,
the
like that
line.
whole tab at the bottom with like the dude and the 9 and the 8 and the flags and everything. That's all your elements that you've designed
Yeah,
yourself. Yeah.
exactly. This is
Yeah.
all what we've designed custom.
Some serious design, like some really, really hardcore design. Did you guys like,
Thank you.
do you have a designer on the team, or how did that come to pass that this is like super professional design?
Yeah, we're a team of 2 people.
Yeah.
I would say we're both of us are neither developers nor designers. We're both just tech enthusiasts, I would
Okay.
say.
Wow.
And so my partner Miguel, he's primarily doing the designs.
Mm-hmm.
I give most of the guidance of how I think things should look like, and he's executing. And the entire app by itself has been built by me in Noodle without literally any prior knowledge about anything. I didn't
Oh my
even know
God.
what an app is
That's
before starting this whole thing.
that's absolutely amazing. That's like
Thanks.
well done. I don't know what to
Yeah,
say.
I'm just amazed by what Noodle can do essentially. Because without Noodle, I'm gonna be honest, not a single chance that I would be anywhere near where we are at now.
No, and I know
Um,
these kind of things are absolutely impossible with things like Bubble or even Flutterflow. I think could not handle something this complex.
Yeah, I was starting with different no-code tools
Mm.
because I no idea about anything, um, and quickly just ran into the barrier of what you can do.
Yeah,
Even without knowledge on how even to do it, I recognized very early that I'm not gonna get here.
yeah,
And yeah, just through the Mapbox integration by Noodle that was there from basically the start, I came to Noodle. And started rebuilding the entire thing here, and yeah, now it's working quite fine.
excellent.
Let me zoom out to the total node graph here
Yeah, do
in
it
the map
again.
component because
Do it again, just
here it's
to
totally
scare us.
insane.
Oh my god.
Just gets worse.
Oh my god. Oh my lord. Oh no, the left part. I didn't even see the left part.
Yeah, the left part is the worst.
Oh my god. I've never seen anything like it. Yeah, I would really love that
Uh,
screenshot. I'm gonna screenshot some parts of this and send it to Eric Tuvison.
yeah,
I'll
you can do
screenshot
that. No
this right
worries.
now. Sorry,
No worries.
just a screenshot.
Sometimes I feel the same. Like when I'm working somewhere here, yeah, this is not good for your mental health.
No, like
So
finding your way. Like this is one of the things about Noodle is there's no like there's apps like Miro. I really like Miro for this kind of stuff where you can like zoom out and go miles and miles. But Miro always has like a little mini map at the bottom right where it shows you kind of like a representation of where you are on the full canvas. But like with this, I don't know how you find your way. It's
yeah, it's just memory basically.
yeah.
I just know where the things are.
Wow.
Everybody else would be totally lost. I know. I
Yeah.
cannot give this to someone
But
else. This is my project.
I mean, I am absolutely because the first app I ever made on Bubble was like 7 years ago, and it was the exact same thing. I'd never built an app before. I didn't know anything about it, and yeah, the mess that I had at the end is exactly what you just said. I was the only one who could understand it, which when it's your own project is fine. And
Yeah.
most people would argue that you're almost never going to work with another, like you're never going to onboard somebody in the future and like have them take over the project. It's just either you're going to see it through until it's death, or you're going to rebuild it in a different code maybe one day. But um, like, and that was my other question was where are you? And because I mean, this is like a genuinely amazing app. Like, where are you with the commercialization of this?
Um, Nowhere. I haven't even so now I want to wrap up building the MVP,
Yeah,
which is this.
yeah,
So the travel diary component fully running,
mm-hmm.
which it now does. I just have to figure one or two things out with the backend. This is my biggest roadblock, I would say, because I'm always having backend related problems.
Okay.
And um, but yeah,
Your your backend is
this is
Superbase,
where
right?
we currently are. Sorry?
You're using Superbase as a backend, I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What?
Or I just reconnected Superbase last week, and
Oh.
I'm trying to get it up and running. Most of my So right now all the data is coming from Airtable,
Oh.
which is very annoying.
Okay.
Very annoying.
Yeah.
Very bad choice I made in the beginning.
That's okay.
Um, so
It's
yeah, I want to
fixable.
change this in the long term.
Yeah.
But for now, I can keep using it. I just have to connect the backend to upload the files. So I have a
Mm.
link to give to Airtable
Okay.
because Airtable doesn't accept just uploading the file just like this.
Sure. What kind of problems have you had with Super? Because I've never used Superbase seriously for a project before, so just curious about what sort of roadblocks you ran into.
Right now, I can't even get the user authorization
Oh.
fully running. But
Okay.
I also just spend about 1 hour maybe of trying to get it up.
Yeah. It's
Um,
tough.
so I think if I spend 2 3 more hours of my time, I think I will get it up and running.
Yeah. You doing self-hosted or are you using Superbase's hosting?
Superbase. Oh
Good.
no, right now I'm hosted on GitHub.
No, I mean the Superbase backend. Like, where is it running?
Okay, yeah, on Superbase.
Okay, good. That's probably the best. That
Yeah.
means you get the latest version with all the nice stuff. And did they have some kind of AI integration these days to help with? I don't know if you have any cloud functions or if you're planning on using cloud functions.
I'm planning on
Yeah.
I'm planning to have a couple of cloud functions. It's also just a thing of optimizing the performance,
Yes.
offloading all the calculations that are currently running in the front end,
Yes. Yeah.
and yeah,
Yeah, and I think Superbase
yeah,
is really the right backend for that because you can, ChatGPT or whatever will help you code cloud functions to run whenever somebody uploads an image. It'll do all sorts of calculations in the backend so the user doesn't see anything happening. Like you said, offloads everything
yeah,
onto the backend. So it's a great idea. Cool. And
yeah.
then,
That would
and
be awesome.
I mean, do you guys plan to kind of have a soft launch of this? Because I think people in the Noodle community will probably want to use it when they see the video.
Yeah, yeah. So as soon as I have a usable version up, we're gonna do a soft launch. We're gonna onboard some people to our beta. Um, so what I'm having right now, so I'm trying to build a bit of the onboarding,
Yeah.
um, so you don't get lost in the process.
Mm-hmm.
I have these two buttons right now here to go to the demo where you have the pre-initialized trips, or here where you will, I'm just saying Richard, log in the future. This is just a shortcut that I built to test the beta functions.
Okay, it's cool that you have the loading thing as well. Nice. And so these animations, you've been making them yourself, or?
Yeah, we made them in After Effects and transformed them into Lotties.
Ah,
So
nice,
it's all the animations that are in the app are all done with Lottie.
nice, nice. And just for there's the other question that's going to come up. I'm absolutely certain is a lot of people are coming into the Noodle community like you were at the beginning. Like, I've never tried building an app before, and I've got this big idea.
Yeah.
Like, you feel free to scare people if it's a long answer, but how many like months or like how long have you been working on this since you first started with Noodle to where you are today?
This is almost a year now.
That sounds about right to me. And
Yeah.
I really like that you said that, because that's so often people come to this with like, I'm going to launch in 4 weeks, because I've been told
No
on
way.
the internet that you can launch in no code in 4 weeks or one
Yeah.
week. So it's good to hear that you've really taken the time to really
And
seriously,
it
patiently
really
work on it.
depends on what you want to do. So
Yeah.
if I just wanted the absolute basic of a prototype, I could have built it in a week maybe, but it
Hmm.
would look nothing close to what we have now.
Yeah. You've got a lot of like, even just the lotties and stuff like that. It's just a whole project to make them up, get them into lotties, put them in the animation in the editor, and just every little thing that you've shown is some very nice detail that's added to the whole thing looking, because you said MVP, but I wouldn't see this as an MVP. For me, this is like a V1.
No, it's no. It's like how do they say today? MDP, minimum desirable product.
Oh, that's a new
So
one. I haven't heard that. I like that.
yeah, I heard this one just lately, and I thought, oh, this is actually more close to what we are right now.
Yeah.
Because there's also I noticed there's a little shift in the whole how to launch software, because there's not as much motivation anymore to test MVPs, I guess, because
Yeah.
uh, yeah, just the basic of the most basics is not convincing most users.
Hmm.
And yeah, this is also why we tried to build as close to the final vision as possible.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is how
It's,
it's going now.
it's looking great.
So when you're a new user, um, you cannot enter the timeline yet because we don't have a trip yet. But if you want to add a trip and start adding stops to it, you just have to press the map. After 1 second of pressing, the add stop menu will start, and here you can add the first stop.
Nice. That was quick.
It's very fast.
And then right now that's saved onto Airtable, not Supabase.
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna be some project switching over the the the
Hmm.
data saving and all that.
I think right now it's just I can keep the whole thing in Airtable because it works all right. Uh, I just need to upload the files. Basically, just create a bucket. I think in Supabase, upload the files, and then I can give this link upload to Airtable, and that should work too, I
Yeah,
guess.
I'm just kind of worried about table limits. That I don't know if, I mean, it's been a while since this whole. I haven't used Airtable in a while, but I remember they had a 50,000 record limit back in the days. But have they lifted those limits?
Do they have?
I thought it was a
I don't
50.
know. I gotta be honest. I'm really disappointed with Airtable in
Yeah,
general. It's so limited.
it's
It's
a money
very
making machine. It's clever, and they had a really good idea, but they really turned it into a money making machine.
Yeah, yeah. So in the long term, I think I will switch. But for now, just to get the basics running and to get a soft launch going real fast, I think the best is just to do the file handling and the user management basically over Supabase, and the rest I can
Yeah,
leave on Airtable because right now it's running quite fine.
yeah, good. So free plans on Airtable, 1,000 records per base. Team plans 50,000 records per base, starting at $24 a month. So you could probably just stick on that one for the launch, and you would have
Yeah,
plenty of space, 20 gigs of space for uploads. So yeah, that's probably the way to go, and then hopefully you'll have some money to redevelop it in Supabase, and yeah, maybe even
exactly.
self-host it. Who knows? Could be cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice.
So far, just the issues that we have is limited time for development.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because yeah, we both have to uh make money and live,
Yeah, sure,
and so yeah, time is limited to continue this.
sure.
Um, but yeah, apart
Nice.
from that, we're really close actually to having a launchable version of this.
This is cool. I'm really looking forward to seeing. And I think if you get a landing page up with like a pre-sign up list, definitely drop it in the Noodle Discord. People I think will be really interested in trying it out and getting inspired that they could build their own app like this.
Oh yeah, that something we will definitely do. I'd like to. I don't know if you have experience with this, but I'd really like to hear if anybody has some kind of experience with wrapping a Noodle app in a capacitor or something similar to launch on the app stores. Do
Yeah.
you know anyone who already done that?
I haven't had personal experience with Capacitor. I've heard people asking in the community, so I think if you drop a message in there, somebody will let you know. And the old Noodle team who are still kind of around a bit, Kota and Eric and Tuvis and people like that. I think they've had
Yeah.
some experience with that before, so I'm sure somebody might be kind enough to jump on a call and give you a demo. But in general, it's probably like the Noodle guides seem to be okay for how to wrap it. If it's just basic wrapping, then that's the Noodle guides are pretty good. And then for deploying, it's just that it's a huge pain in the butt to deploy to Apple because and Android's not too bad. Apple, I've deployed quite a lot of wrapped apps, but wrapped in other things and with Bubble mostly.
Okay.
But most of it is just this just pain in the butt of them refusing for all sorts of different things. If it's a free to use app, it'll probably get approved way more easily. But as soon as you put any kind of payment things in there, they're like, oh, you can't pay with Stripe, you have to pay with Apple Pay, or else we'll not approve the app. So they're trying to
Mhm.
monopolize like pay any kind of SaaS or payment type
Okay.
arrangements. So, but yeah, I mean, I think just drop a message in the Discord and people, maybe in the support channel, people can share their stories.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds just about how Apple would handle these kind of things.
Yeah, exactly. That's I really wasn't surprised. But yeah, anyway, I got to run, but I really appreciate this, and I hope you don't mind if I put that presentation on YouTube on my channel. Would that be okay?
No, no,
So
absolutely
I
not.
mean, if I
I
can,
don't think I.
as soon as you have a link to a landing page, you give it to me, and I'll put it on the video. So if anybody sees the video, they can jump into the landing page and download the app. So later on, just I'll edit the video in the future when you have
Yeah.
the thing set
Well,
up.
already we already have a little landing page, but we are still missing the form for the beta. Something I
Okay.
will do also next week, maybe.
Cool. Bravo or SendGrid would be good for that. I think I use Bravo a lot for like launch lists. Be quite useful.
All
But
right.
cool. All right. Well, thanks for. Is it Max? Sorry.
Mats.
Sorry.
Mats. It's a
Mats.
Swedish name.
My bad.
Mats. Yeah.
Okay, Mats. Okay. Well, it's nice to meet you properly. And or did we met once before? I think.
Yeah, yeah. We already talked.
Yeah, we talked once
No
before.
worries.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
'Cause I can't see your face, so I can't remember. But yeah, and it's my streaming thing has blocked the name, so I thought that was your profile
No,
picture that I recognized.
no worries. It's all good.
Yeah. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing more of this, and if you could do a presentation on it once it's done and released, I think I reckon people would have a lot of questions. We could do a whole session just about that one app.
Oh yeah. We can absolutely do this. We can absolutely do this. But first, let me clean up a bit,
Oh
please.
yeah, with
I don't want to explain in this
no,
chaos.
a couple of components maybe, just a little bit of components could be good. Maybe not everything in one go.
I have a plan in my mind already structured which blocks will be componentized. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having the time to do this.
Great. Okay. Well, I wish you the best of luck with it, and we'll speak again soon, hopefully.
All right.
All
See
right.
you then, Richard.
Bye,
Ciao.
Mats. Take care.
Ciao, ciao.